The Ghostface character central to the Scream franchise is a unique and terrifying figure in the horror genre. Unlike supernatural entities, Ghostface is a persona, adopted by different characters, typically average people turned killers, complete with psychological complexity and human motives. This distinction sets Ghostface apart, embodying the horror that anyone could be behind the mask. The Scream series redefined slasher films by interweaving meta-commentary about the horror genre while wrapping it around the enigmatic figure of Ghostface. This approach revitalized the genre in the 1990s, merging traditional slasher elements with self-aware characters who reference real-world horror tropes. The significance of Ghostface lies not only in its chilling impact on audiences, but also in its reflection of real-life fears and crimes. The franchise drew inspiration from actual crime stories, such as the infamous Gainesville Ripper murders, infusing the mask with a terrifying realism that resonated with viewers. This connection to reality made Ghostface profoundly impactful, tapping into societal fears and portraying the potential darkness in ordinary people. A notable example is how Scream's release saw an uptick in eerie cultural phenomena, such as the increase in sales of the Ghostface costume every Halloween, making it a staple in popular culture. Additionally, discussions around the franchise reveal how it influenced subsequent horror movies, pushing them to involve deeper narrative strategies, like more intricate character backgrounds and plot twists. Critics and fans alike have praised the cleverness of Scream's screenplay, particularly the blending of humor and horror, which rejuvenated the slasher film genre. However, the franchise has faced challenges and controversies, particularly concerning its portrayal of violence. Some argue that Ghostface's violent acts could influence real-life behavior or desensitize audiences to violence, yet others defend the franchise, stating it merely mirrors and critiques existing societal issues rather than promoting them. The portrayal of Ghostface in the Scream series is crucial to understanding its influence on popular culture. It serves as a bridge between real-life crime stories and fictional horror, offering a meta-narrative on fear and the masks people wear, both literally and figuratively. This connection contributes to the character's lasting legacy as a symbol of terror, reflecting broader themes of trust, identity, and paranoia that resonate across other aspects of the main topic. Thus, Ghostface not only functions as the central antagonist, but also as a commentary on the human capacity for violence and deception, leaving an indelible mark on horror cinema and beyond. The origins of the Ghostface character in the Scream movies are vital for understanding the franchise's enduring allure and its multifaceted impact on popular culture. Ghostface is not a singular entity, but a moniker employed by different individuals throughout the series, each adopting the mask to instigate terror. The mask itself, a simple yet menacing visage, inspired by Edvard Munch's painting The Scream, serves as the icon of fear that transcends the film's narrative. Significantly, the creation of Ghostface is deeply rooted in real-life crime stories and serial killers, reflecting society's fascination and horror with true crime. The character draws inspiration from various high-profile cases, notably the Gainesville Ripper murders committed by Danny Rowling in 1990. This connection gives the character a chilling realism, making viewers ponder the thin line between reality and fiction, thus heightening the terror and intrigue surrounding the films. One striking example of this is Ghostface's methodology. Much like the real-life killers it emulates, the character uses psychological manipulation and intimate knowledge of the victims, coupled with brutal physical attacks to instill fear. This realistic portrayal of crime contributes to its profound impact on audiences and its prominent place in horror cinema. Another example is the movie's blending of satire and horror, as Ghostface frequently engages characters in conversations about horror film tropes, offering a self-aware critique of the genre itself, which captivates viewers by subverting expectations. Support for the effectiveness of Ghostface as a cultural icon is evident in the character's pivotal role in revitalizing the slasher genre in the late 1990s, introducing a fresh narrative approach and a layered villain that audiences find both terrifying and fascinating. Critics and audiences alike praise Scream for its innovative twist on traditional horror cinema, attributing much of its success to the enigmatic presence of Ghostface. Despite its acclaim, the Ghostface character and the Scream films are not without controversy. Some argue that by blurring the lines between reality and fiction, the films risk glamorizing real-life violence and may desensitize viewers to its real implications. Additionally, the constant revelation of new killers behind the mask can be seen as a commercial strategy rather than a narrative necessity, potentially diluting the character's impact over time. Ultimately, the origins of the Ghostface character are deeply interwoven with true crime, societal fears, and the evolution of the horror genre, influencing both the narrative dynamics within the films and their reception and legacy in popular culture. This foundational aspect not only cements Ghostface as a symbol of terror, but also serves as a crucial link to the broader themes and innovations that define the Scream franchise. The concept of real-life crime stories as inspiration refers to the use of actual criminal events or figures as a foundation for fictional narratives, allowing storytellers to craft compelling and often chilling tales that resonate with audiences due to their roots in reality. In the context of the Ghostface character from the Scream movies, this approach lends authenticity and adds an unsettling dimension to the horror icon by tapping into the audience's innate fear of crime, a fear grounded in reality. This point is significant to our script because it examines how the Ghostface character is not just a work of fiction, but is steeped in stories that audiences can recognize from news headlines. By drawing inspiration from real crimes, the character gains depth and relatability, making its portrayal more gripping and impactful. One prominent example is the influence of the Gainesville Ripper case from 1990, where a series of student murders sparked national outrage and fear. This case provided a chilling blueprint for Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson, the creators of Scream, to construct a story that taps into the societal fear of being stalked and murdered in familiar, supposedly safe environments. Another source of inspiration is the infamous Zodiac Killer, who taunted police and the public with cryptic messages. This real-life narrative of a masked killer widening the gap between fear and safety is integral to the DNA of Ghostface, whose mysterious identity and psychological games echo the Zodiac's taunting nature. Such parallels not only enhance the realism of Ghostface's menace, but also cement the character's position as a symbol of terror rooted in true crime. However, using real-life crimes as inspiration is not without its controversies. Critics argue that it risks glamorizing or trivializing the suffering of real victims and can lead to ethical dilemmas regarding the respectful portrayal of sensitive material. Additionally, there is concern that such portrayals might desensitize audiences to violence. Despite these challenges, the connection between real crime stories and fictional characters like Ghostface influences popular culture by tapping into collective fears, which in turn sustains the character's relevance and power as a symbol of terror. By blending reality with fiction, the Scream series provokes thought on the thin lines between fear and entertainment, spotlighting how cultural products can reflect and amplify societal anxieties. This intertwining of true crime inspiration with horror fiction fosters a chilling exploration of the impact of crime on society and the media's role in shaping public perception. The psychological impact of real crimes on fiction serves as a crucial lens through which we can understand the development of characters like Ghostface in the Scream movies. This concept explores how true crime events influence the creation and persona of fictional villains, adding depth, believability, and a chilling sense of reality to the narratives. By drawing on real-life horrors, storytellers can evoke a visceral reaction from audiences, blurring the lines between fiction and reality, making the fictional threats feel alarmingly tangible. This connection is significant because it underscores the cultural resonance and enduring appeal of characters like Ghostface, who symbolize more than just on-screen terror. They are rooted in human psychology, reflecting society's darkest fears and the very real anxiety surrounding violent crime. This grounding in reality has helped the Scream franchise maintain its relevance, providing both thrill and commentary on the notion of fear within society. Two notable examples illustrate this point: the creation of Norman Bates in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, inspired by the real-life crimes of Ed Gein, and Hannibal Lecter from The Silence of the Lambs, whose character was influenced by multiple serial killers, most notably Ted Bundy and Ed Gein again. These representations highlight how real criminal behaviors and psychological profiles provide the template for crafting compelling, terrifying characters that captivate and unsettle audiences. Some psychologists and criminologists suggest that this mingling of fiction with real crime can serve as a cathartic experience, allowing audiences to explore fear safely. However, there are controversial opinions regarding whether drawing inspiration from real-world crimes might lead to desensitization or worse, the glamorization of violence. Critics argue that such portrayals could trivialize the suffering of real victims or incite copycats. Connecting this back to the Scream franchise, the Ghostface character benefits from these psychological nuances, elevating it beyond mere horror. The films often critique media's role in sensationalizing violence and question the viewer's complicity in consuming such stories for entertainment. By reflecting society's fascination with true crime, Ghostface offers a mirror to the cultural zeitgeist, a symbol of terror, meticulously crafted from both fiction and fact. This incorporation of psychological insight not only enriches the narrative complexity, but also ensures the character's lasting imprint on popular culture, reinforcing the dialogue on where fiction ends and reality begins.